Welcome to today's Lost Souls, where we bring you the most impactful and unforgettable stories from around the world. Today, we remember the lives of remarkable individuals whose legacies continue to inspire and resonate. From iconic musicians to trailblazing activists, join us as we celebrate their extraordinary contributions and bid farewell to those who have left an indelible mark on our lives. Stay tuned for a journey through their incredible stories.
Edmund White. Edmund White was a pioneering author, memoirist, and critic whose candid, groundbreaking work chronicled the gay experience and revolutionized American literature. His death on June 3, 2025, at his home in Manhattan, marks the end of an era for LGBTQ+ literature and culture. Born on January 13, 1940, in Cincinnati, Ohio, White's early life was shaped by frequent moves with his mother and sister after his parents' divorce. He came out as gay to his mother as a teenager, a revelation that led her, a child psychologist, to send him to a psychiatrist, reflecting the era's lack of understanding and acceptance. This formative experience would later inform much of his writing, which often explored themes of identity, desire, and the search for belonging. White's literary journey began in earnest in the 1970s, a time when the gay rights movement was gaining momentum. He emerged as a leading voice among a new generation of openly gay writers, alongside figures like Larry Kramer and Armistead Maupin. White was present at the Stonewall riots in 1969, a pivotal moment in LGBTQ+ history, and remained a witness and participant through the AIDS crisis, the progression of gay rights, and the cultural backlash of later years. His debut novel, Forgetting Elena, 1973, received critical acclaim for its exploration of gay life on a fictional Fire Island, with The New York Times calling it astonishing and uncannily beautiful. White's follow-up, Nocturnes for the King of Naples, 1978, took the form of letters from a young gay man to his late lover, further establishing his reputation for lyrical, emotionally honest prose. White achieved widespread recognition with A Boy's Own Story, 1982, a coming-of-age novel set in the 1950s that drew heavily from his own adolescence. The book's protagonist, a teenager grappling with his sexuality, mirrored White's own experiences and resonated deeply with readers. The novel became a bestseller and is now considered a classic, credited with demonstrating the commercial viability of gay literature and helping to bring LGBTQ+ stories into the mainstream. He continued the narrative in The Beautiful Room is Empty, 1988, and The Farewell Symphony, 1997, tracing the unnamed protagonist's journey into adulthood and through the heart of the AIDS crisis. In addition to his fiction, White was a prolific essayist, journalist, and biographer. His nonfiction works include the influential The Joy of Gay Sex, 1977, co-authored with Charles Silverstein, which became a touchstone for the gay community, and an award-winning biography of French playwright Jean Genet. He also wrote extensively about literary giants like Marcel Proust and Arthur Rimbaud, demonstrating his encyclopedic knowledge and passion for literature. White's impact extended beyond the page. In 1982, he was one of the founders of the Gay Men's Health Crisis, the first and largest HIV/AIDS service organization in the United States, reflecting his commitment to activism and community support during the darkest days of the epidemic. He also taught creative writing at Princeton University, where he worked alongside luminaries like Toni Morrison and Joyce Carol Oates, mentoring a new generation of writers. Despite living with HIV since the 1980s and enduring significant health challenges, including 2 strokes in 2012 and a heart attack in 2014, White remained a prolific and vital literary presence. His more than 30 books, spanning fiction and nonfiction, have been translated into multiple languages and continue to influence writers and readers worldwide. White's personal life was marked by enduring relationships and a cosmopolitan existence, with homes in New York and Paris. He was survived by his husband, Michael Carroll, who confirmed that White had fallen ill with a vicious stomach bug shortly before his death. Edmund White's legacy is that of a trailblazer who gave voice to the joys, struggles, and complexities of gay life at a time when such stories were rarely told. He expanded the boundaries of literature, reshaped cultural attitudes, and inspired countless individuals to embrace their true selves through the power of honest storytelling. His work endures as a testament to courage, wit, and the enduring search for love and identity. Marcy Jones. Marcy Jones was a pioneering force in Australian music, whose powerful voice and trailblazing spirit helped reshape the nation's musical landscape. Her death on May 30, 2025, came just days after she publicly revealed her leukemia diagnosis, leaving fans and the industry in profound grief. Born in Melbourne in 1945, Marcy Jones began her musical journey as a teenager, performing with local acts and quickly developing a reputation for her dynamic stage presence. In 1967, she made history by forming Marcy and the Cookies alongside sisters Margaret, Beverly, and Wendy Cook. At a time when the Australian music scene was overwhelmingly male-dominated, Marcy and the Cookies stood out as one of the country's first all-female groups. Their harmonies, energy, and infectious pop-soul sound captivated audiences, and the group soon found success with hits like I Would If I Could and their beloved rendition of White Christmas. Marcy and the Cookies didn't just break new ground at home, they also took their music abroad, performing across Europe, Asia, and the UK. Their international tours, including sharing stages with acts like the Monkees, the Seekers, Cliff Richard, and Tom Jones, brought Australian pop to new audiences and inspired a generation of female musicians to follow in their footsteps. The group's popularity was further boosted by appearances on iconic shows like The Go Show, cementing their place in Australian pop culture. After her time with the Cookies, Marcy Jones launched a successful solo career in the 1970s. Signing with Warner Music, she released her debut album, That Girl Jones, in 1974. Her solo work showcased her versatility as a singer, blending pop, soul, and rock influences. Singles like Gonna Get Married achieved chart success, and her collaborations with international stars underscored her status as a respected artist, both at home and abroad. Throughout her career, Marcy Jones was celebrated for her originality, resilience, and unwavering commitment to her craft. She continued to perform with the Cookies for special reunions, while also carving out her own path as a solo artist. Her voice, described as both powerful and soulful, became a defining feature of Australia's musical identity in the 1960s and 1970s. Marcy's influence extended far beyond her music. She was a mentor to younger artists, a champion for women in the industry, and a symbol of perseverance in the face of adversity. Her willingness to challenge conventions and her dedication to her art inspired countless performers who followed. The Australian Recording Industry Association, ARIA, and the Phonographic Performance Company of Australia, PPCA, both honored her legacy, describing her as a true trailblazer and a contributor to Australia's identity. Her final days were marked by remarkable courage. On May 27th, just days before her passing, Marcy shared her leukemia diagnosis with fans on social media, writing, "I am currently in the hospital with leukemia, about to begin treatment. We are all feeling very frightened, but I will fight with everything I have." This openness and strength resonated deeply with those who admired her, and her passing on May 30th was met with an outpouring of tributes from across the music world. Her daughter-in-law, Lisa Asta, confirmed the sad news in a heartfelt Facebook post, remembering Marcy as a source of joy, wisdom, and inspiration. "You were a legend, an icon, and you will always be remembered. You always said that we were so alike in many ways, and that's why I know you will always be my guiding light. I will miss you so much. I love you. Until we meet again to sing another song." Marcy Jones had been planning a concert to celebrate her 80th birthday in late June, a testament to her enduring passion for performance and connection with her audience. Her sudden departure has left a void in the Australian music community, but her legacy lives on through the countless artists she inspired and the timeless music she created. Marcy Jones will be remembered not only as the powerhouse voice behind Marcy and the Cookies, but as a pioneer who helped pave the way for women in music, broke barriers, and brought joy to audiences around the world. Her story is one of talent, determination, and trailblazing spirit. A true icon whose influence will be felt for generations to come. Gadi Kinda. Gadi Kinda was a talented Israeli professional footballer whose skill, passion, and kindness left a lasting impact on the soccer community both in Israel and the United States. His sudden death on May 20, 2025, following a complex medical battle, shocked fans, teammates, and the broader football world, who mourned the loss of a gifted midfielder and beloved teammate. Born on March 23, 1994, in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Gadi Kinda moved to Israel with his family at the age of 3, growing up immersed in Israeli culture and football. His journey from a young immigrant to a professional athlete was marked by dedication, resilience, and an unwavering love for the sport. Kinda began his professional career at 17 with FC Ashdod in the Israeli Premier League, where he spent 8 formative years developing his game and earning recognition for his attacking midfield prowess. In 2019, Kinda transferred to Beitar, Jerusalem, one of Israel's most prominent clubs, signing a 4.5-year contract. His performances there further solidified his reputation as a dynamic and creative midfielder, capable of influencing the game with his vision and goal-scoring ability. His talent soon caught the attention of Major League Soccer, MLS teams, leading to a pivotal move in January 2020 to Sporting Kansas City on a loan deal, which was later made permanent. During his 4 seasons with Sporting Kansas City, 2020-2023, Kinda became a fan favorite for his outstanding play on the field, his passion for the sport, and his generous spirit off it. He made 64 MLS appearances, starting 48 matches and scoring 14 goals, a respectable tally for a midfielder. His style of play combined technical skill with tactical intelligence, making him a key contributor to the team's attacking efforts. Beyond statistics, Kinda's humility, kindness, and work ethic endeared him to teammates, coaches, and supporters alike. In early 2024, Kinda returned to Israel to join Maccabi Haifa, signing a 3.5-year contract. His return was marked by immediate contributions, including several assists and goals during his first season back. His last professional appearance came on March 29, 2025, in a 2-0 derby victory against Hapoel Haifa, a match that would become one of his final moments on the pitch. Tragically, shortly after that match, Kinda was hospitalized with a complex medical condition. Maccabi Haifa publicly announced his hospitalization and the ongoing medical tests, expressing full support for Kinda and his family. The Israeli football community rallied around him, offering prayers and messages of hope. Videos circulated showing moments of solidarity, including a touching scene of Kinda in his hospital bed with Rabbi Shneor Geta, symbolizing the collective spirit of support. Despite the hope and care, Gadi Kinda passed away on May 20th, 2025. The news was met with profound sadness across the football world. Sporting Kansas City honored him by posing with his jersey before a match, and Major League Soccer issued a heartfelt statement praising his talent, passion, and generosity. Prominent figures, including Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, expressed condolences and prayers for Kinda's family and friends. Kinda's impact extended beyond his on-field achievements. He was known as a role model who never caused problems, never complained, and always maintained a positive attitude, even during challenging times. His gentle nature and infectious smile made him a beloved figure in every locker room he entered. Internationally, Gadi Kinda represented the Israel national team with pride. He made his senior debut in June 2021 in a friendly against Montenegro, scoring a goal in extra time to secure a 3-1 victory. Over his international career, he earned 10 caps and scored twice, contributing to Israel's efforts on the global stage. Gadi Kinda's story is one of talent, perseverance, and kindness. From a young Ethiopian immigrant to a respected professional athlete, he embodied the spirit of dedication and humility. His legacy lives on in the memories of fans, teammates, and the communities he touched in Israel, the United States, and beyond. His passing at just 31 years old is a heartbreaking loss to the world of football and a reminder of the fragility of life. Yet, the warmth, passion, and generosity he showed throughout his career continue to inspire those who knew him and those who admired him from afar. Ramey. Ramey was the passionate lead vocalist and founding member of the American rap metal band Dropout Kings. His untimely death on May 19, 2025, just days before his 32nd birthday, sent shockwaves through the music community, leaving fans, bandmates, and loved ones grappling with the loss of a vibrant artist and beloved family man. Born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, Adam's journey into music began in his youth. He found solace and expression in music during challenging times, developing a deep love for writing and performing. Early on, he played drums and honed his vocal skills, eventually joining and forming bands that would define his career. After the breakup of his previous band, The Bad Chapter, in 2015, Adam co-founded Phoenix Down, which evolved into Dropout Kings in 2017. With his distinctive voice and energetic stage presence, he quickly became the face and spirit of the band. Dropout Kings carved out a unique niche in the nu metal and rap metal scene, blending aggressive riffs with lyrical intensity and raw emotion. The band's debut album, Audio Dope, 2018, was met with enthusiasm, followed by Riot Music in 2023, both showcasing Adam's dynamic vocal range and heartfelt songwriting. Their music resonated with fans across the United States and beyond, earning them opportunities to tour with notable acts such as Machine Gun Kelly and Crazy Town. Adam was more than just a frontman. He was a brother to his bandmates and a devoted family man. His sister-in-law shared on a GoFundMe page set up to support his family that Adam had battled addiction for years, describing his passing as a suicide after a long and painful struggle. She remembered him as a life-saving presence in her darkest moments, a man who brought energy and love to every room, family gathering, and stage he graced. Adam's wife, Jamie, and their young son, Jude, survive him, and the GoFundMe campaign aimed to assist with funeral expenses and to establish a college fund for Jude, honoring Adam's memory and legacy. The bandmates of Dropout Kings expressed their devastation in a heartfelt Instagram tribute. They described the unpredictable roller coaster of chasing dreams and building brotherhood. emphasizing how special every moment shared with Adam was. They praised his passion, charisma, and spirit, vowing to carry his energy forward as inspiration for their future work. Their message, filled with love and sorrow, ended with a poignant, "Rest in power, Adam. We'll always love you more than any words can say." Adam's story is a powerful reminder of the challenges many artists face behind the scenes. His battle with addiction and mental health struggles underscores the importance of compassion, awareness, and support within the music community and beyond. His openness and the public sharing of his story have sparked conversations about the pressures of fame, the pain of addiction, and the critical need for mental health resources. Throughout his career, Adam Ramey's voice and presence touched countless lives. His music gave voice to emotions many struggle to express, and his dedication to his craft inspired fans and fellow musicians alike. His legacy is preserved not only in the recordings and performances he left behind, but also in the love of his family and friends, who remember him as a beacon of strength and kindness. Adam's passing at such a young age is a tragic loss for the music world. Yet, his spirit endures in the songs he sang, the lives he influenced, and the family he cherished. His story is a testament to the power of music to heal, connect, and inspire, even amid profound struggle. Josaia Raisuqe. Josaia Raisuqe was a gifted Fijian rugby player and Olympic silver medalist whose sudden death in a tragic road accident shocked the rugby world and left a deep void in the hearts of teammates, fans, and the wider sporting community. Born in Fiji, Raisuqe rose to prominence as a dynamic winger known for his speed, agility, and powerful playing style. He was a key member of the Fiji national rugby sevens team that won the silver medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics, a moment that marked one of the pinnacles of his career and brought immense pride to his home country. His performances on the international stage showcased his exceptional talent and dedication, earning him admiration from fans and fellow athletes alike. In 2021, Raisuqe joined the French top 14 club Castres Olympiques, where he quickly became an integral part of the team. His vibrant personality and on-field prowess made him a beloved figure both on and off the pitch. He played 7 matches for Castres during the 2024-2025 season, with his last appearance on April 27, 2025, in a match against Toulouse. Raisuqe was set to continue his professional career with the Tier 2 French club Brive for the following 2 seasons, reflecting the high regard in which he was held within European rugby circles. Tragically, on the morning of May 8, 2025, Raisuqe's car was struck by a train at a level crossing near Castres-Levezou Training Center in Saix-Tarn, France. The accident was sudden and devastating, cutting short the life of a young athlete at the height of his career. His club, Castres Olympiques, expressed profound sorrow and announced a period of mourning, postponing their upcoming match against Clermont-Auvergne in respect to Raisuqe's passing. The French National Rugby League also paid tribute, announcing that moments of remembrance would be held across all top 14 Saint-Étienne 22 and Pro D2 matches that weekend. Castres Olympiques president, Pierre-Yves Revol, described Raisuqe as a radiant young man both on and off the field and a pillar of the Fijian community within the club. His teammates and the wider rugby community mourned the loss of a player who was not only talented but also deeply valued for his character and camaraderie. Raisuqe's career was not without controversy. In 2017, he was dismissed from Stade Français following allegations of serious misconduct and was later convicted in 2020, receiving a suspended prison sentence. Despite these challenges, he continued to pursue his professional career with determination, earning respect for his performances and contributions to the teams he represented. His legacy is one of resilience, talent, and the ability to inspire through sport. Raisuqe's journey from Fiji to the global rugby stage symbolized the power of dedication and passion. His silver medal at the Paris Olympics remains a testament to his skill and the pride he brought to his nation. The rugby world remembers Josaia Raisuqe as a gifted athlete whose life was tragically cut short, but whose impact will endure. His story is a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring spirit of those who dedicate themselves to their sport and community. Peter Allen David was one of the most prolific and influential writers in modern American popular culture, whose expansive career spanned comic books, novels, television, film, and video games. Known affectionately by fans and peers as PID, David's work was marked by a unique blend of sharp wit, emotional depth, and a fearless willingness to tackle complex social issues, all while maintaining a signature sense of humor and metafictional playfulness. His legacy is one of groundbreaking storytelling that reshaped genres and inspired generations of creators. Early life and career beginnings. Peter David was born on September 23, 1956, and grew up with a passion for storytelling and popular culture. Before breaking into the comic book industry, David worked in publishing, and it was through a former co-worker that he sold his first novel, Night Life, to Ace Books. This novel, published in 1987, depicted the legendary King Arthur returning to modern-day New York City, showcasing David's early flair for blending fantasy with contemporary settings and humor. David's early novels also included Howling Mad, a story about a werewolf's transformation, and the Psy-Man adventure series. Despite some initial publishing challenges, including having to release works under a house pseudonym, David's persistence helped him establish a foothold in the literary world. His novels often combined genre elements with sharp social commentary and character-driven narratives. Breakthrough in comics. The Incredible Hulk and beyond Peter David's career in comics truly took off with his acclaimed 12-year run on the Incredible Hulk, beginning in the late 1980s. His work on the series is widely regarded as some of the best in the character's history, bringing psychological complexity and emotional nuance to Bruce Banner and his monstrous alter ego. David explored themes of identity, rage, and redemption, deepening the Hulk's mythos and connecting with readers on a profound level. During this period, David also wrote for other major titles including Aquaman, Young Justice, Supergirl, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Captain Marvel, and X-Factor. His ability to balance humor, drama, and action made him a versatile and sought-after writer. He was known for injecting real-world issues into his stories, addressing topics such as mental health, addiction, and social justice, often ahead of his time. Star Trek novels and New Frontier. In addition to comics and original novels, Peter David became one of the most popular and prolific writers in the Star Trek universe. His work included both novels and comic books, with titles such as Q-in-Law, I, Q, Vendetta, and Q Squared becoming fan favorites. His 1993 novel, Imzadi, which explored the first romance between William Riker and Deanna Troi, is considered one of the best-selling and most beloved Star Trek novels of all time. David's creation of the Star Trek New Frontier series in 1997 marked a significant expansion of the Star Trek literary universe. The series, which he co-created with John J. Ordover, introduced new characters and storylines, blending classic Star Trek themes with fresh perspectives. Over 21 books, many of which became New York Times bestsellers, New Frontier expanded the franchise's reach and demonstrated David's skill at world-building and character development. television, and other media beyond print, Peter David made significant contributions to television and film. He co-created the Nickelodeon series Space Cases alongside Bill Mumy, and wrote for animated shows such as Babylon 5, Young Justice, and Ben 10, Alien Force. His television work reflected the same qualities found in his writing: a mix of humor, heart, and thoughtful storytelling. David's talents also extended to video games and film adaptations, where he applied his narrative skills to interactive and visual media. His broad range of work across different platforms showcased his adaptability and deep understanding of storytelling mechanics. Writing style and themes, Peter David often described himself humorously as a writer of stuff, a modest nod to his prolific output across various media. His writing was distinguished by its blend of metafiction, self-reference, and pop culture savvy. He had a knack for breaking the fourth wall and engaging readers with witty commentary, while never losing sight of character-driven drama. His stories frequently tackled real-world issues through the lens of genre fiction, whether addressing mental illness in The Incredible Hulk or exploring complex relationships in Star Trek novels. David's work was notable for its emotional honesty and social awareness. He was also a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ representation in media, earning the 2011 GLAAD Media Award for his inclusive storytelling. Awards and recognition throughout his career, Peter David received numerous accolades recognizing his contributions to literature and comics. These included the prestigious Eisner Award in 1992, the Wizard Fan Award in 1993, the Hackster Award in 1996, the Julie Award in 2007, and the GLAAD Media Award in 2011. These honors reflect both his creative excellence and his impact on the cultural landscape. Legacy and influence. Peter David's influence on modern storytelling is profound. His ability to blend humor, pathos, and social commentary set a standard for comic book writing and genre fiction. Many contemporary writers cite him as an inspiration for his innovative approach and dedication to character complexity. His work helped elevate comic books and tie-in novels into respected literary forms, expanding their audience and cultural significance. Through his Star Trek novels, he enriched a beloved franchise with new depth and vitality, while his original works showcased his versatility and imagination. David's commitment to mentoring younger writers and engaging with fans further cemented his role as a beloved figure in the creative community. His openness about his own struggles and his advocacy for diversity and inclusion have left a lasting mark on the industry. Personal life and final years. Peter David lived on Long Island, New York, where he continued to write and engage with his audience until his passing. Known for his approachable personality and sharp wit, he remained active in conventions, interviews, and social media, sharing insights and encouragement with fans and fellow creators. His death on May 24, 2025, was met with widespread mourning from the comics, science fiction, and literary communities. Tributes highlighted not only his creative achievements, but also his kindness, generosity, and the joy he brought to storytelling. Selected notable works: The Incredible Hulk comic book run, Star Trek Imzadi novel, Star Trek New Frontier series Night, Life novel, Howling Mad novel, Psy-Man series novels, Babylon 5 Centauri, Prime Novels Q in Law, Q Squared, Vendetta, Q Star Trek novels, Young Justice TV series writing, Ben 10, Alien Force TV series writing, Space Cases, Nickelodeon series co-creator. A prolific career in Star Trek literature, Peter David's relationship with the Star Trek franchise is among his most celebrated achievements. Over the years, he authored more than 45 Star Trek novels, not including his short stories and comic book work, making him one of the franchise's most prolific and respected writers. His ability to expand the Star Trek universe with compelling characters and intricate plots earned him a devoted fan base and critical acclaim. One of his most significant contributions was the creation of the Star Trek New Frontier series, which debuted in 1997. Unlike many tie-in novels that focused on existing characters, New Frontier introduced an original cast led by Captain Mackenzie Calhoun, a charismatic and complex figure whose alien upbringing and rebellious spirit set him apart from typical Starfleet captains. The series, spanning over 20 novels, blended classic Star Trek themes of exploration and morality with fresh storytelling, exploring political intrigue, personal growth, and the challenges of command. Books like House of Cards, Into the Void, and The Two-Front War laid the foundation for this rich saga, which was praised for its character development and engaging narratives. David's New Frontier novels often intertwined tightly with story arcs spanning multiple books, creating a serialized experience for readers. The series was notable for its willingness to tackle complex issues such as war, loyalty, and identity, all while maintaining the hopeful and optimistic spirit that defines Star Trek. His work on New Frontier expanded the franchise's literary scope and demonstrated his talent for world-building and character-driven storytelling. Iconic Star Trek novels. Among Peter David's numerous Star Trek novels, several stand out as fan favorites and critical successes. Imzadi, 1992, is widely regarded as one of the best Star Trek novels ever written. It explores the deep romantic relationship between William Riker and Deanna Troi, weaving together time travel, Betazoid culture, and philosophical questions about destiny and love. The novel's emotional resonance and rich character exploration made it a landmark in Star Trek literature. Other notable works include Q-in-Law, a humorous and insightful story featuring the mischievous Q character, Vendetta, which blends political intrigue with personal vendettas, and I, Q, co-written with John Delancey, the actor who portrayed Q on television. These novels showcase David's ability to balance humor, drama, and science fiction elements, enriching the Star Trek mythos. David also penned The Captain's Daughter, which delves into the lives of Starfleet officers' children, exploring themes of legacy, duty, and personal identity. His Star Trek, The Next Generation novels, such as Before Dishonor and Strike Zone, further expanded the universe with thrilling plots and complex character dynamics. Comics and other writing. Beyond novels, Peter David was a celebrated comic book writer. His 12-year run on The Incredible Hulk is considered one of the character's definitive eras, adding psychological depth and exploring themes of rage, identity, and redemption. He also wrote for Aquaman, revitalizing the character with humor and pathos, and contributed to series seventies like Spider-Man 2099, X-Factor, and The Phantom. David's writing style is known for its wit, metafictional elements, and emotional honesty. He often addressed real-world issues such as mental health, addiction, and social justice within genre storytelling, pioneering mature themes in comics and tie-in fiction. Awards and legacy. Peter David's work earned him numerous accolades, including the Eisner Award, the GLAAD Media Award for LGBTQ+ representation, and the Inkpot Award. His influence extends beyond his published works. He was a mentor to many younger writers and an advocate for diversity and inclusion in genre fiction. His legacy is that of a storyteller who broke boundaries, challenged conventions, and brought heart and humor to every project. His Star Trek novels remain essential reading for fans, and his comic book runs continue to inspire creators. Selected Star Trek, New Frontier, Books House of Cards, 1997, Into the Void, 1997, The Two-Front War, 1997, Endgame, 1997, Martyr, 1998, Fire. On High, 1998, The Quiet Place, 1999, Dark Allies, 1999, Requiem, 2000, Renaissance, 2000, Restoration, 2000, Being Human, 2001, Gods Above, 2003, Stone and Anvil, 2003, After the Fall, 2004, Missing in Action, 2005, Blind Man's Bluff, 2011. Conclusion: Peter David's passing marks the loss of a literary giant whose work transcended genres and mediums. His ability to combine humor, heart, and social insight made his stories resonate deeply with readers. Through his Star Trek novels, comic books, and other writings, he expanded the horizons of speculative fiction and left an indelible mark on popular culture. Peter David's lifestyle as a professional writer was deeply intertwined with his disciplined and methodical approach to his craft, reflecting a balance of creativity, routine, and personal dedication. His writing habits and work ethic reveal much about how he managed his life and sustained a prolific career over decades. Writing routine and work habits, Peter David maintained a structured daily schedule to manage his multiple projects. He typically divided his workday by dedicating mornings to novel writing and afternoons to comic book scripts. This segmentation helped him focus on different creative demands without overlap or burnout. He adapted over time to technological changes, moving from typewriters to computers, and after his stroke in 2012, he began using voice recognition software, Dragon Dictate, to continue writing efficiently. He preferred writing comic scripts in the full script format rather than the Marvel method, which he initially used but found problematic due to his tendency to overplot. The full script method gave him better control over pacing and clarity, reducing the burden on artists and streamlining the creative process. He usually plotted his stories in 6-month arcs, allowing for long-term narrative development while maintaining reader engagement. David's writing was often inspired by personal experiences and relationships. For instance, he dedicated his run on The Incredible Hulk to his first wife, Myra, who encouraged him to take the job. The emotional ups and downs in his life, such as the breakup of his first marriage, were reflected in the story arcs he wrote, showing a deep connection between his personal life and creative output. Creative philosophy and storytelling, David emphasized the importance of balancing structure and emotion in storytelling. He believed that a good story must follow narrative rules and have a strong structure, but it also needs to maintain emotional resonance to keep readers invested. He often employed cliffhangers at the end of pages to encourage readers to keep turning pages, a classic comic storytelling technique. He also stressed the need for variation in pacing, mixing action with character moments to avoid monotony and keep the narrative dynamic. He was known for surprising readers with logical, yet unexpected plot twists. David would plant subtle story elements early on, sometimes without knowing their ultimate purpose, and later weave them into the narrative, rewarding attentive readers and creating a layered storytelling experience. Interaction with fans and influence. Peter David was highly engaged with his fan base, often incorporating their reactions into his work. For example, his character Lee from Fallen Angel was created partly due to positive female fan responses, showing his attentiveness to audience feedback. His approachable, conversational writing style made his work accessible and enjoyable, contributing to his popularity and longevity in the industry. He also contributed to the comics community by sharing his expertise through books like writing for comics and graphic novels, where he offered detailed advice on story structure, character development, pacing, and scripting. His guidance is valued by aspiring writers and professionals alike, reflecting his commitment to nurturing the craft beyond his own projects. Personal life and balance. David's personal life was marked by a strong connection to family and a grounded lifestyle. After his first marriage ended, he remarried Kathleen O'Shea and had a daughter, maintaining a stable home life on Long Island. He lived near his favorite comic shop, Fourth World Comics, illustrating his continued passion for the medium and community. Despite health challenges later in life, including strokes and kidney failure, David remained dedicated to his work, adapting his methods to continue writing. This resilience and adaptability highlight his commitment to storytelling as a lifelong vocation. David structured his workday carefully to manage multiple projects simultaneously. He typically reserved mornings for writing novels and afternoons for comics-related work, allowing him to switch mental gears and maintain productivity. Over the years, his tools evolved from using Smith Corona typewriters to Sony Vaio desktop computers, employing software such as Microsoft Word for Prose and Final Draft for screenplays. After suffering a stroke in December 2012, he adapted by using Dragon Dictate voice recognition software to continue writing effectively. Initially, David used the Marvel method for scripting comics, which involves plotting the story broadly and leaving much to the artist's interpretation. However, he found this approach led him to overplot and created challenges for collaborators. Consequently, he switched to the full script method, which he preferred because it gave him greater control over pacing, dialogue, and visual storytelling details. He meticulously scripted character expressions, body language, and panel breakdowns to ensure clarity and to help artists visualize scenes. David preferred plotting his comic stories in 6-month arcs, which allowed him to develop long-term character, growth, and complex narratives while maintaining reader interest. He often dedicated his work to specific people in his life, writing Supergirl for his daughters, Young Justice for a hypothetical son, and The Incredible Hulk for his first wife, Myra, who originally encouraged him to take on the Hulk series. Creative, philosophy, and storytelling. Style. Peter David's writing is characterized by a blend of humor, emotional depth, and social commentary. He was known for integrating real-world issues such as mental health and identity into his stories, especially notable in his psychological exploration of Bruce Banner's multiple Hulk personas. His storytelling balanced structure with emotional resonance, using techniques like cliffhangers and varied pacing to maintain engagement. He favored logical but surprising plot twists, often planting story elements early that would pay off later, rewarding attentive readers. His favorite original character was Lee from Fallen Angel, inspired by positive fan reactions, showing his responsiveness to his audience. David's scripts were tightly controlled, reflecting his belief that the artist is akin to a director who must be given clear guidance to render the story visually compelling. He stressed the importance of collaboration synergy between writer and artist, which could lead to more fluid and less tightly scripted work over time, though he personally maintained detailed scripts throughout. Interaction with fans and industry influenced. David was highly engaged with his fan base and the comics community. He maintained an accessible, conversational writing style that resonated with readers and fellow creators alike. Beyond his storytelling, he contributed significantly to the craft through his instructional book, Writing for Comics and Graphic Novels, which offers practical guidance on character creation, plot development, scripting, and breaking into the industry. This book is regarded as a valuable resource for both beginners and intermediate writers, reflecting his commitment to nurturing new talent. Personal life and balance. Peter David's personal life was intertwined with his professional work. He experienced 2 marriages, the first to Myra Kasman, who played a pivotal role in his career by encouraging him to write The Incredible Hulk, and later to Kathleen O'Shea, with whom he had a daughter. He lived in Suffolk County, Long Island, near his favorite comic shop, Fourth World Comics, highlighting his deep connection to the comics community. His life experiences, including the breakup of his first marriage, influenced his storytelling, often reflected in the emotional arcs of his characters. Despite serious health challenges later in life, including strokes and kidney failure, David's resilience and adaptability allowed him to continue writing until his passing in 2025. In summary, Peter David's lifestyle was defined by a disciplined, adaptive writing routine, a creative philosophy that blended humor, emotion, and social awareness, and a strong connection to his audience and collaborators. His personal experiences deeply informed his work, while his commitment to craft and community made him a beloved figure in the comic book industry and beyond.